welcome to my channel. I want to talk about the very most important thing that should not be overlooked when we're talking about manifesting. And it is spoken about. It's spoken about in the lines of self-concept, but this isn't so much about self-concept. It's a particular mindset that's the success mindset, and I think it's absolutely imperative when there are lots of things that you want to do differently in your life, and you see a direction you want your life to go in, and it's not here yet. What kind of mindset? What exact mindset do you need? And I would go as far as to say this is it. This is not so much about self-concept, but I guess it does come along with self-concept, but this is not a self-concept video, because you could have a reasonably poor self-mindset but still have this going on. So if you have this going on, then this is going to propel you, and then your self-belief and all of self-worth stuff will start kicking in as you go along with this. So this is what you're looking for. I can do this. I have got this, I can do this. It's so important, because if you've got the opposite mindset, so let's say you're not seeing what you want unfold, you're seeing all of the opposite of what you want, and you're struggling, you're in the midst of struggle, so you're pushing upstream, you're pushing against the current. Your mindset then, so it sees what it sees, so it kicks off thoughts that go along with that, like, this is really frustrating, this isn't happening, why can't I make this happen? Why are other people managing to do it and I can't? That is a mindset, and that is a mindset of lack. That is a mindset of I can't do this. And you absolutely can, but you have to get in the mindset. And why not? Why not adopt that mindset? Because what harm can it do you? What if today you changed your thoughts, you changed your mindset, you started doing it from today, you thought, okay, 3D is what it is. It's not to my liking. So what do? I've got two options here. I can go along with it and agree with it and say it's right and it's always going to be there, or I can change it and I can start saying different. Well, it's still there. At the moment, it's making no difference. It's still there. But what do I choose? Do I choose to go along with it and tell it it's right, tell reality, yes, you're right, this is what I want, you just keep giving me some more of that? Or do I go, no, I don't accept this. I get it that it's here at the moment. I'm not going to fight with it because I know that I've created it, but I want this, this, and this. How can I get there if I'm feeling this? I absolutely can't. If you're feeling the lack and you're feeling you don't have and you're feeling disappointed, I get it. It's a reaction. Basically, that is purely a reaction to what you can see. We have confirmation bias. So we see something in front of us and we cannot help but feel it and think it. But you have to stop yourself. And it's difficult sometimes. It took me a long time to be able to do it, but I was determined that I wanted to change the way I thought. I was an overthinker and I didn't want to do that anymore, didn't want to overthink things. Sometimes I might go to slip there and I go, nope, you're not doing that. Pull myself back, because it's up to me. I make the decisions on what I think and feel. Nothing else is making those decisions. So I can choose to think and feel all of the negative and all of the stuff that I can see in front of me, or I can choose to start thinking differently. And if you cannot think in lines of this is what I want, so I'm going to start thinking as if I'm that version that does have that. That's quite hard. I appreciate that. I can do that now, where I don't think I would have been able to do it a few years ago. But what you can do is say, no, I can do this. I will do this. Nothing will stop me from doing this. Nothing can stop you apart from you. The only person that can get in your way is you. And you have to make that decision, a firm decision. Again, I'm getting very passionate about this because I do feel very passionate about it. We have the power. We are in control. Nothing else is in control of us. But if you keep thinking those thoughts that are backing up what you see, you will keep seeing the same. It's an absolute. So in order to change it, you have to start doing something different. And if you can't tell yourself a different story, if you can't change your perception on what you can see at the moment, because that's a softer way of doing it too, you can say, I can do this. I absolutely can do this. And then you can say to yourself, if you felt like you're banging your head against a brick wall and you're trying to achieve something and it's not happening, stop the try. Just bring yourself back from the try and think, maybe this isn't the right way. Let's just give it a break and see if something comes to me. See if I get some inspiration, and just hold back on what you're doing. Because if it's not working at the moment, the only reason it's not working is because you are not allowing it to work. I'm not going to go into the details of this story because I have done it before, but in business, when I had a retail business, and I'm an SEO specialist, now I was getting other clients onto page one with very competitive phrases in some industries. Furniture, for example, that's a hugely competitive industry. When I came to do it for myself, I could not get past page 2. A whole year I was stuck there, and all I could feel was stuck on that. Why can't I do it? I can do it for everybody else. Why can't I do it for myself? This is crazy. I was doing all of the right things and then some, and it wasn't happening. And it wasn't until I took my eye off it and thought, do you know what? This isn't going to happen. Let's just look for another way of marketing. Next week, I was on page 1 for every single key phrase. And then my orders started to flood in. You know, so it is taking your eye off the ball. So you've got lots of options. This is the thing with this. You have lots of places to go with this. You don't have to choose one option. So you don't have to choose, I can do this. You could just choose, oh, sod it, let it go. Can't be doing with it anymore. I'm going to do something else. Then you take your eye off that thing, and that's when you start getting results with that thing. But if you adopt the attitude, I can do this, it feels really powerful. It's so empowering. When I made a video on this, I think it was a couple of days ago, when I'm talking about it, I feel so passionately about it that I just get this mass of energy and this mass of momentum, and then good things, things will happen on that day that are in line with that. And I think, oh my God, that's happened because I felt like this. So I give it a boost. I was boosting my own signal as I made the video, as I am doing now. But you simply have to change something. You cannot keep doing the same and expect a different result. If you were putting an engine together and you kept leaving out a certain part of that engine, a certain part that made it go, it's not going to work. You can take it apart, put it together again as many times as you like, and it's never going to drive. The car is never going to drive if that's what the engine was for. So, you know, so you cannot change anything without changing something. As I said in a short, if you want something to change, you have to change something. So let's get determined. We can do this. Once you start feeling that, you'll be pumping yourself full of that energy, and it'll be going out there, and other things will start happening. You'll start getting good news. You'll start, somebody will show up in your life that you haven't seen for ages that you really liked back in the day, or you will get offered a new job, you will get offered a pay rise, you will just go to buy that thing that you've wanted to buy for age and it'll be reduced by like 50% or something like that. It'll be all kinds of things like that will start happening if you get into this mindset. So don't get into the mindset to get this one particular thing that you're trying to manifest. Do it to get everything. Do it to change everything. Do it to change your outlook. Do it to change your 4D, and then your 3D will catch up, because your 3D, as I've said before, is a byproduct of your 4D. It's not the other way around. But you can do this. You have to change your mindset. You have to. There's no other way around it. Change your mindset or let it all go. And actually changing your mindset is a hell of a lot easier than letting it all go. Because you can change your mindset in an instant like that. You can't really let things go like that. I mean, great if you can, and maybe some of you will be able to, but mostly we can't. I can't do that. So, but I certainly can get myself, and if I feel myself slipping out of that mindset, because sometimes stuff appears in your life that you have to deal with, and you just have to deal with it, you know. So then you can kind of go like, oh, this is so inconvenient, da, 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 da. What's the point of doing that? You've got to deal with it anyway. We don't know why every single thing in our life happens. I mean, we cannot explain everything, but what we can explain is vibration. And we can explain that if we're vibrating at a certain level, we are going to see that certain level reflected back in 3D reality. So get tough with yourself, get really, really tough with yourself, and do not allow yourself not to. And if you'll slip off the wagon, everybody does, I do. Don't worry about that, just pull yourself back up again, keep going. What have you got to lose? You will feel better, because you'll feel like you're doing something, even though you're just changing your mindset. That's huge. You'll really feel like you're doing something, and you will get that momentum. And if you don't see anything changing at the moment, don't worry. It's just residual energy. If you can think about how long you've been feeling negative for, yeah, you're still going to see some stuff showing up like that. You're still going to see a lack in some areas, but it will start catching up. Because when your mindset changes, you actually will start taking your eye off the ball, because you'll feel so powerful that, and you'll have days when you won't, but mostly you will. And those other things you won't think about so much, and that's when those other things show up. You know, what does happen a lot, I notice with people and clients, is, you know, they wanted to manifest a specific person, for example, and mostly we get down to the nitty-gritty of it. That's very English, isn't it? And it's the energy of that person that they're really, really into. Not so much the person, it's just certain things about them and their overall energy. Someone said to me the other week, oh my God, this is my specific person times 10. Awesome. It was the exact sentence. So, you know, don't just be open to things. open to all kinds of experiences. Just open yourself up to great experiences, whatever those are, and just see what happens. But don't fixate on one thing. Don't get determined just to get this one thing. Get determined to change your mindset overall to get lots of things. Nothing wrong with wanting things. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you can still be a good person and want things. You can still be a good person and want to be rich and all of that stuff. Doesn't make you a bad person. You know, material things like that, they make life easier, don't they? And money certainly does, so don't feel bad about that. Anyway, I hope this was useful. Again, I just wanted to make something positive and make something that can propel you forward, and especially as we're coming to the end of 2023, I'm hoping to give you some stuff that will really sort of propel you into 2024 and sort of kickstart your year and get things moving for you. Anyway, I hope this is useful. I am a coach and I am an author. Thanks for watching.